Hey breathers, so I got this great idea to create a happiness jar. And with this jar, I will enter in everything that has happened to me thus far in 2020 that made me happy. All right, I'm shaking, I'm shaking, I'm shaking, I'm shaking. All right, so I'll see what it's gonna be. Oh, pop dog. I brought my dog. Yes. That is a big one for me. We got Chip, and I love that band. I also started a t-shirt line for Just Breathe. One thing that you guys will notice that with a lot of these, it gets deep just because, Deep is my middle name. So I can't just talk about the great, like the things that only just sound good. I gotta talk about the stuff that really got into my soul. So one of them was I realized I was building resistance. When people would ask me questions about myself or about things that I really didn't want to do, it caused me to resist. One of the biggest questions I feel like for me when I was in school was, when you gonna finish school? When you gonna stop this? When you gonna graduate? Let me tell you, if you don't know, like, especially to like the older generation, that is probably one of the most worst questions you could ever ask someone that's in school. Because it's just like, it's so much pressure, especially like if you've been in school for a while and then they just like, when you gonna graduate? When you gonna do that? And you just be like, when I graduate, trust me, you will know. When it's my time, when it's my season, I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna let you know it's graduation time. Okay? Like, that feeling is just like that resistance wall. I would definitely feel it then, because you're just trying to like create this happy feeling when in reality you like, please don't ask me this question. Please just don't ask me it again, ever, you know. So stuff like that, like the questions that, or the asking me to do things that I probably really didn't really want to do. Like I found consciousness through that. Like, now I know, like, I really feel it versus it just being a mental thing. So that was a big deal for me, because I actually wanted to feel myself experiencing it, feeling like the questions that like burn me up, or the questions that, you know, or somebody doing something that I really didn't like and actually feeling it versus just reacting on it. I graduated from college, yes. So those questions, they don't happen to me anymore. I graduated from college. I think the question that my boyfriend and I get now more than anything is probably the, when you gonna get married? When you gonna have some babies? I just gave out a whole dog. I birthed a dog. Those are your babies, right there. A dog. Nice Chip. So my next one is, I forgave. Man, I could talk about this all day. So like a lot of us, but speaking for myself in general, I felt like I was holding on to a story, like, that I just held on for years. So like, say for instance, if someone hurt me, especially like a person that I truly trusted, that I felt like it embarrassed me, or, you know, it hurt me, like, man, I held on to that story. And don't let me tell somebody else about the story, because then and I get like some agreements in it. Oh man, that fed my energy, that felt my pain body, that felt it within me. So it kept me alive, and it was crazy that I really began to realize, is that how much I thrived off of pain. And I have a lot of spiritual teachers that I listen to, and that I take different courses from and stuff like that. And it's interesting because they kind of talk about that pain and how we as people, like, we get this, whether it's negative energy or positive energy, that we thrive off of insanity. We thrive off of feeling bad and sorry for ourselves, and I can most definitely say that I did that. I definitely did that. And so when I reached the point of forgiving myself first, forgiving myself for everything I perceived myself to be, perceived others to be, everything I judged myself on. Because I mean, in reality, it's all a perception. You know, if you sit here and you talk about somebody in a negative way, always know that you're talking about yourself. You know, like the way that you perceive people, that's only one way. That's one way to look at it. It's not the entire way. And me, I can truly say this. I'm one to think that I know it. I know what somebody feel. I know what somebody going through. And now I realize that I really don't know. I really don't know a lot of things. I really don't know what somebody is truly feeling and what somebody is, you know, truly may think of me. And so you get this, I got this feeling of, oh, they're just jealous, or they just hating, or they don't understand, or they're so negative, they're just so mean. And it was a, well, it's me kind of mentality. It was this like, people don't get me, people don't understand me thing. And it's not real. It's not real. It's just, like I said, a perception, and it's based off of so many things that you experience from the past that you just don't let go of. So I have reached a place in my life where I have truly forgiven everyone that I felt like didn't treat me the way I felt like I was supposed to be treated. But in doing that, I had to treat myself the way I felt like I was supposed to be treated, if that makes sense. It's really a self thing. I can't even like stress that enough. It's always about you. It's always about what you got to do within yourself. And so once I said to myself, Bria, I forgive you for holding on to this stuff. Bria, I forgive you for not taking care of me, and not treating yourself to the highest frequency that you truly are, not tapping into the emotion that is really within, not getting your energy from within instead of trying to suck up everybody else's energy. I had to forgive. I had to forgive. And again, it started with myself. And once I treated myself better, everybody else, it was just better. It just felt better. I looked at everybody else, I looked at the world differently. So that was probably the biggest thing that I've learned. So that, forgiving, and also forgiving every day. Like if somebody hurt you yesterday, don't go to work. Don't go around your family. Don't do this carrying yesterday into the day. And I mean literally like yesterday, not like, now some people say, oh, get over yesterday, and they talking about like years ago. Like, no, I'm talking about like real life yesterday. Like things that, a conversation you may have with a friend or something like that that really irritated you and put you in a place, a spouse, a family member, a friend, anybody. Like, don't carry that into the next. It's a new day. It's new. It's a new feeling. And I feel like sometimes we don't give ourselves, we always pointing the finger. We're always like, and they did this and they did that. And it's like, what about you? What's the energy that you carrying? Like, we always say we matching energies, or I try to feel what somebody else feeling. I get the vibe from somebody else, but it's like, well, what's your vibe? Are you already coming in there thinking this person is gonna mistreat you? So you already in that resistance mode? You already in this fearful type of mode? You ain't gotta do that. Forgive yourself, forgive that person, because at the end of the day, the spouse that you chose, it's a reflection of you. You know, it's the family members that you have. Why do you think that God put you in that family? It ain't just by luck. It's a reason why you in that family. It's a reason why you were chosen to be a part of this family. And that family was chosen to be a part of you. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. You know, and every day that you are with that family, every time that you're with that person, you want to be present in it, and when you having your alone time, figure out why you're placed there. Why do you have the parents that you have? What was it about what your father taught you and what your mother taught you that you brought together and made you and made your journey and made your own path? Like, stuff, you know, hey, that's another video, but you know. All right, so my next one is I changed the viewpoint on the way I thought of myself. This one, man, this one right here, this is the one. So I did change the viewpoint of what I thought of for myself. I began to, give me a second with my dog. I gotta get my dog right, y'all. Hold on. All right, I had to go get my baby right, y'all. So anyway, yes, I changed the viewpoint on the way that I viewed myself, and this was the kicker for me, because I didn't realize how I woke up and I would say some like real negative things about myself. So wake up in the morning, of course, you know, could be a work day or something like that. So you're like, oh God, I don't feel like doing it. You know, like that could be something that I'm thinking about. And so I had to change my viewpoint in that, and I had to say like, okay, instead of saying that I don't want to go, I have to now change it into, all right, I'm looking forward to feeling better about going into work. You see the little difference in that change? Instead of me saying, I don't want to go into this place, you say, looking forward to having a different feeling about going into work, or, you know, something like that. I had to change my viewpoint. And then it was another thing, like with graduating and how long it took me to like finish school. Like that was a lot for me, because I felt like I wasn't doing enough. I felt like I wasn't enough, period. I just was like, am I making my parents proud? You know, people, are they bragging about me? I mean, what do they really think about me? You know, all these different feelings. Like if I don't have a degree, I mean, do you even think I'm going to school? Like it's just, it was a lot. It was a lot to feel with that, and of course, like about my body. So, you know, I would constantly like bash myself, you know, of course, maybe not out loud, but to my own self, how I felt about different things. And y'all gotta excuse me, my boyfriend's playing with the dog. So yeah, like my viewpoint changed, and I had to again like listen to this journal and like do some of the affirmations and write them down, the things that I needed to say to myself every morning and every night. And some of those affirmations, I mean, I still say now. Like it is powerful. I say things to myself like, I am God. I say I am spirit. I am high frequency. I am enough. And I am enough. That's the one. That's the one, because I think that a lot of the times we all struggle with not feeling like we're good enough. And we are. We are good enough. We are exactly where we're supposed to be at this place in our life right now. Everything that has happened prior has prepared us for this moment, and everything after what's going on right now is is now preparing us for the future. So it's like you are right where you're supposed to be. You are enough right now. Everything that God has given you today, everything that God has given you before today, after today, you already have inside. You can't look for anything outside of yourself to get better, period. Like, it doesn't get any better than you. And ain't no money gonna do that for you. There's no job that can do that for you. There's no man, there's no woman, there's no relationship in general. Nobody nobody on this earth that can make you feel better than you, period. If the things that you get and you actually have it and you realize that, dang, there was a point in time in my life where I just couldn't wait to get this. I couldn't wait. And then you realize then you get it and you're not that happy, or you got the husband that you prayed for, and okay, there's some things and some challenges in your marriage that maybe you didn't expect and stuff like that. Like, that just goes to show that, like, even the things that you manifest, even the things that you pray for, it does not bring absolute happiness. Happy moments, happy times, happy in the time of whenever, especially in the beginning. Come on now, we know that stage. That's that universe giving you exactly what you want stage. That's that everything is just vibing. Those honeymoon stages, like, come on, we all know that stage. But when stuff get real, and when pain bodies set in, and when different situations happen, challenges come in the relationships and stuff like that, or at the job, or whatever the case may be, it becomes challenging. And so that, again, shows that, like, it doesn't matter what you manifest into this world, nothing can bring you happiness outside of you. So I feel like for everybody, for all of us, what we need to do and make sure that we are doing is that we are, in every moment, in every chance that we get in ourselves, that we are practicing spiritual awareness. Feel yourself, feel those emotions, deal with that stuff, so that when stuff come and go, it don't phase you. You're gonna be you regardless. You're gonna feel you regardless. Nothing can change the peace that's what's within. Nothing can change that, because you already strong. You already know. You already realize that this is just the world of form. You know, I'm supposed to want stuff here. I'm supposed to believe that I already have stuff here. Because when I get to a different place, and when I transition into a different spiritual realm, everything is going to already be, I won't need that. It's going to be at my disposal. You know, I'm going to already know that I'm just energy, you know? So feel. All right, I done got a little too deep. Let's get, so back onto my next, my happy jar, right? So next one is that I was happy for this year was being conscious of the way I responded to others. The deep ones just keep coming. I've realized that, like, the reaction is not what's important. What's more important is the feeling that's inside. You ever told somebody a lie, right? Say you lie, right? And they could be like, oh, did you do this? And you'd be like, yeah, I did it. But, like, you know you ain't do it. So your spirit will, like, you get like this, like, pinching, like, gut feeling, or like this, like, weird feeling in your stomach. Like, that's the inner self. Like, that's your self letting you know. And you know we done lied. Like, that feeling, like, so, like, coming one with that. Not just, like, responding off the whim, being able to just tell a lie and not be able to feel it. But I now sit with anything that I experience, and I feel what it feels like, you know. Or even when I notice that, like, I made somebody feel good today. Like, I used to, like, not be good with eye contact. Like, eye contact for me was just, like, weird when somebody just, like, spoke to me in the eye. I was more so, like, always looking at somebody's mouth, or like I just never really, like, looked at the eyes, really. But now I'm, like, one with, like, your eyes, and I kind of understand that, like, I can see your soul. I feel your soul, and I'm looking in, what they say the eyes are the windows to the soul. So I just like to give a lot of eye contact. Just let you know that, like, I'm here with you. I see you, type of thing. So with that, like, I try to give people, if I'm giving somebody, like, a compliment, or if I'm listening to somebody, I want to be one with them and feel them. And if I'm making them feel good about themselves, I'll look at them and just be like, oh, okay, like, I can see that made you feel good. Or I could feel the energy. I could feel the upbeatness of what that did for you. Even if I may not say it to them, I could feel the energy. Like, you know, the shift. We all know that shift in the room. Just like a negative shift can shift, a positive one can do the same. And when you feel it and you know that you just gave a great response to somebody, it doesn't just bless them, but it puts you in this happy state too. It's an amazing feeling. And I've realized that I definitely am an encourager, and I definitely feed off of like just encouragement and just loving to build up. So it's good energy for me. My baby wanted to make an appearance. Say hi. Yeah. All right, y'all. So next one, I think I got real comfortable now. Next one is this one. Let's see. Created my first vision board. Yes. So I actually was just talking to my bestie about this, my best friend, saying how, you know, we weren't really vision board people. Like we were just kind of like, oh, okay, and putting this stuff on a board. It's not a big deal. But it's now I've realized how powerful it really is, and especially having one in my house now and about to create another one. It's kind of like it's so inspiring. It is so powerful, and the energy that you put inside of your home, it's liberating. So I am very, very, very happy that I created one. My boyfriend created one. We got them like right next to each other in our living room, so we're able to just like look over right before you leave the house, you know, right before you come in the house, and you're just looking at it and it's just like, wow, you know. So then we're gonna have these little check marks that we're gonna put on them, so when it does manifest, at least you can sit there and say like it actually happened. So I just can't wait to be able. All right, so the next one, let's see, is started saying positive affirmations to myself through affirmations, right? I think I said this a little bit earlier, but yes, I say positive affirmations to myself all the time. And even when I find myself like saying the words trying, I don't even think of trying as something that's positive. Call me crazy, maybe I am, but I just feel like trying or wanting is like, well, then you're manifesting always trying and always wanting. Like speak of it as if you already have it. Talk about it like you got that confidence, like it's already there, because you're creating. You're creating. Every day is a creating moment, a creating day. So when I find myself saying trying or wanting, I go back and say, nope, I'm not trying. I'm doing. I'm literally doing this. If I say I'm trying to do it, that means I'm actively doing it. Like I'm doing it. So that's something that I'll change. Again, like I said, the positive things I say to myself, I am beautiful, you know, I am great, I am financially stable, my business is successful. I even speak on Just Breathe, y'all. I mean, I have to, right? I birthed it. Got to, right? So I say positive affirmations. Try to even say it about others. I say it about myself. My biggest thing, I've heard it in a song, but I think it's so powerful, is as I minister to you, oh, I minister to myself. And that's the true thing. I do. As I speak life into you, I speak it to myself. I am no bigger than anyone else. I don't look at myself as any bigger than anything else. We all can learn from each other. We are all one. We're all connected. So again, if I'm in the same room with you, we're supposed to be here. I'm supposed to learn something from you. You're supposed to learn something from me, and that's the energy I'm bringing from here on. I'm bringing that energy. We in the same room together. It's gonna be a vibe. And if you notice that something's wrong, or you notice that something is bothering me, let's be transparent enough to talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, let's not try to put this facade like I'm good. You know, don't get me wrong. It's nothing wrong with, sometimes you may have to just be like, all right, I'm good, because you don't want to go back to identifying yourself into a story. But what if that person can uplift you? What if that person can show you what they've been where you've been? And they're saying something to you that's going to just put you in this state of just like, damn, you're right, you know. And I've had moments even at work when I have spiritual sisters that I call like-minded sisters. That's what we, you know, call each other, and it's a real thing. You know, it's sometimes you get on them group chats and sometimes you get into that zone and being there and you just like, you spend all this time, all these hours at work with people. I mean, you spend more hours with your workmates than you do with your family members, you know, and it's a true thing. And I used to be such a person to be like, no new friends, none. I don't need no new, I got enough friends. My Fab 3 is all I need, right? Like, that's it. And, but I realized that like that doesn't do anything to serve me in a sense, because it's like I'm in this place more than I see my friends. I'm in this, you know, I don't always see my friends on a regular basis. Yes, we talk, but we're not physically present with each other on a consistent basis. But my coworkers, I'm there with them every day. So we're gonna have to talk. So my next one is, I've realized I can be nicer to people that I barely know than I am to the ones I love the most. This is something I have to like, another deep disclaimer, okay, just letting you know. I have to talk about this because this goes like beyond, right? So I am a person that when you are, again, somebody I work with or like a stranger, I have this mentality of I try to be nice. I want to be nice. I have to be nice. Just have to be nice, right? Gotta be nice. So sometimes I will sacrifice what I truly feel, or sacrifice like certain ways that I probably wouldn't normally do on the regular for that person, you know. And I think that has to be a balance with it, because in a sense it's like there's nothing wrong with being nice to people. I think that ultimately you want to serve people and help people, but there's this part of like, sometimes I feel like I be put in situations where I really don't want to do it. I don't want to go. I don't want to I just don't want to do it. I don't feel like doing it, right? And because I'm trying to be nice, I do it anyway. And then I feel in my spirit like this like resisting feeling. I feel this guilt feeling of just like, yo, why are you even doing that? Why are you even putting yourself in this place when you know this is something that you don't want to do, and you know now you've been committed to something that it doesn't serve you, and now you gotta whimper to your mom, or you gotta whimper to your boyfriend, or you gotta whimper to your best friend, or you gotta whimper to whoever about it because you did something that you really didn't want to do. And I can't stand it. I think that it bothers me a lot to be put in situations that I really don't want to do, and I do it anyway, just to be nice. It's probably like a top lister of mine. Like, I feel like I have to be most conscious in that moment because it is a top thing of mine. It's just like I've been battling that since I can remember. And it's just like a thing even with my personality. It's just like, oh, well, you gotta be nice. You gotta be nice. Can't be mean. You gotta be nice. Type of thing. So I'm working on it. I think I'm better than I was, but I am working on it, and it's not personal. It's not personal at all. It has nothing. When I say nothing to do with the person that I'm about to hang with, it just doesn't. You know, I can't say every single time, but it has very little to do with the fact that who I'm about to hang with. It has more to do with the fact that I did something that I really didn't want to do, or I did it out of being nice. That is the part that's just like, ugh. So I have changed. Like, some things I just say like, I'm not gonna do that anymore, or like, oh, okay, this might be the last time, or I'll do it now, but I can't really commit to it. Like, that's kind of where I'm at with it, because it's hard. Like, even when it comes to like a trip or going somewhere, it's very hard to say I want to go somewhere. Like, it's different when it's like our birthday's coming up or something like that. That's natural. Like, you're gonna have to do those type of things. But it's like things that are like random things for me. It I'm working on it. That's all I can really say. So understanding and getting to know my real self, I'm I'm starting to voice it a little bit more, and it's know that if ever it's voiced to whoever I'm speaking to, that it's not easy for me to actually voice it. It's very, very challenging for me. But like I said, because it's challenging, it makes me even more aware of it, because it's like, I gotta get this, I gotta shake this. Like this, when stuff gets tough, you gotta get through that fear. You gotta get through that hump. I have to get through that hump. I have to get through that fear, because it's too heavy. And I just feel like stuff that's like heavy on me, I done been there, done that. I can't keep holding on heavy stuff. Heavy stuff just makes me feel like, nah, I gotta shake this. I gotta shake it off. So when I do voice it and I say it, it's like, okay, I had to get myself there to say it. Now it's said. So now I at least expect it, would like to be respected based off of, but you can't expect people to understand. I can't expect people to understand where I'm coming from. I can't expect for people to get my journey and where I'm going. I just can't. And I think that that's the one part, like with forgiveness and some things I was going through, because I expected people to get where I was coming from. I felt like I was very easy to understand. I'm easygoing. I'm nice. I'm this. You should understand where I'm coming from. How do you not know this? But it's like, well, they don't know because it's your perspective. It's your perspective. It's your perception of them. That's why they don't know. You're expecting people to understand a part of you that they aren't even aware of. Like, just like things that didn't once pop in my head that may do now. It's different. So it's all good. I'm learning, and I hope that I'm gonna have another video and check that off my list, and it'll be something different. So it's a process, and it's a great process. I'm actually enjoying it. I'm not mad at myself for the things that I do and don't do, or I can see my growth, because some of the things I don't always voice. I might, of course, voice it to my mom or something like that, but I don't really voice it to a lot of people. So it's a process, and it's a good one. Clearly, y'all can see I have a great relationship with my mom, because I just feel like I keep referencing her. Shout outs to my mom. But yes. All right, so my next one is I started journaling. I must be like saying stuff without saying it, in a sense. I started journaling. And that's definitely something that has happened in 2020. I always wanted to journal. You know how you like the person, I just wish I was that girl. I wish I was the journaling girl. I'm finally the journaling girl. And I enjoy it. Experiencing true peace. Peace. Look, how people say, like, I just want peace. I feel like it's all in the hand gestures. Anyway, I do feel like that there are a lot of times, and I'm speaking for myself too, because I feel like this was one I used to feel, you wanted peace more than actually accepting peace, more than actually having peace. It was more of a thing to say than a thing to actually receive. And I think that I've truly felt it. Nobody can really tell you. Nobody can really show you what it feels like. You have to be the observer of that yourself. You have to be able to sit with yourself and remember what it felt like, what you didn't have it. And then when you do feel it, you're like, oh, this is peace. Okay, I get it. And there's nothing that's outside of you. It's nothing that's outside of you. It's only within you. That's it. Period. And I feel like a lot of us, like, we're so used to having on Excuse me. This one is this one. I started a nonprofit. That's the best way to like end it, right? It's the best ending. I started a nonprofit. So Just Breathe is a nonprofit organization. We are providing wellness to people through meditation, affirmations, and manifestation. We have a lot in store coming up soon. I cannot wait until everything just comes into fruition. But for right now, definitely make sure that you purchase your Just Breathe t-shirt and support us. Like I said, there's some good things coming soon. So continue to follow us on YouTube. Continue to follow us on all social media platforms. And just breathe. Thank you, Breathers, for tuning in. I appreciate all of you.